Hello, hi everybody. This is New Armenian Mindset podcast, and we are doing this because this is something we care about. This is something it affects us as human beings, and we're gonna do it sharp, quick, fast, so we can put the knowledge out there for you guys to know what's been happening right now. As we speak, there is a war in Artsakh, Karabakh, and in Armenia, and Armenians are in war with Azerbaijan, and this is what we're going to talk about because today this is what is happening that it's important for us and we care about. And we have some pointers here. We're going to kind of like go over it, and we're going to kind of like debate between us and what is going on, so you guys can hear and understand what is really happening. So my name is Varj, and I'm the host, and they're gonna introduce to themselves.
Yeah, my name is Haik Khachikian. I'm Varuj's brother, and we're gonna be talking about the history of Armenia and Azerbaijan, that region of the Caucasus. What's really happening right now.
My name is Koko Meloyan, and I'm participating with this gentleman, and I'll let you start.
Thank you, Koko.
Yeah.
All right, so Haig is my friend, my brother, and Koko is very, very dear friend of ours, and we decided to start this podcast. We didn't know that this was gonna be what we were talking about, because when we first started, there was no war was happening, but we wanted to start something like. See, we're not professionals, but we are caring citizens of this world. And we are Armenian, but we live in Los Angeles. We live here for over 35 years, but we do care about this, what is happening there. And we're gonna be talking about it, kind of like bring a light to it, like we wanna you guys to know and learn about this a little bit. So. There's a bunch of pointers. Where do you guys want to start from?
I'd like to start. When this conflict started between Armenia and Azerbaijan, which it started about 28 years ago, in 1988, when the Soviet Union, broke apart, and. Right before that, Stalin gave Karabakh, this very small region where ethnic group, ethnic Armenians, 80% were Armenians there, which is it has a long history. We've been there. Armenia's been there for thousands of years, and. In around after 1000 AD, the Turks started coming around that region, and there's been always conflict, wars in between. So when 28 years ago it started, in 1988, Armenians wanted to just get back with Armenia, come back to Armenia and merge with Armenia, but Azerbaijan, they obviously didn't want that to happen, so they started a war, and ethnic cleansing happened in Azerbaijan. About 30,000 Armenians they massacred and killed, and then the war went from 1988 to 1992. That's 94. Sorry, excuse me. That's when. Finally, it ended, and we got our land back. But until now, the world hasn't recognized Artsakh as part of Armenia. That's where this conflict started again. That's the reason.
Not only part of Armenia, but also a sovereign nation. Because right now they have a president, they have government, but the rest of the world hasn't recognized as a sovereign nation. Cool. That's what they're kind of like fighting and trying to bring it together. So we're here to put this awareness out there.
Yeah. Just before I start, I'm gonna say my English is not that perfect. Please.
It's good enough.
I think it's good enough, but I don't have much experience to have the speech or participate. Long conversations on TV. Just you're gonna excuse me if I make a mistake, or I'm gonna talk like Armenian English, like Lebanese English, here. I'm gonna participate as much as I can.
Thank you.
And thank you for your inviting me. And
Thank you for coming.
and I don't know if you have a question, gentlemen. I'm gonna, because I cannot think.
Yeah,
Well,
we'd
where
like
should I
to
start?
hear your point of view of what is happening between Azerbaijan and Armenia, and and the history which goes back with Turkey, the genocide of Armenians in 1915. Almost the whole world knows about it by now. Can
Yeah,
you talk about that?
about
The conflict between Turkey and Armenia. What happened?
about
with
the
it?
conflict. I know something. I've heard something very, very interesting. That the place I read this thing I'm gonna talk. I don't think I've heard this before, and I never heard from anybody. Just I'm gonna say something. Before 1915 genocide of Armenian genocide, I've heard in Turkey 3 years before the
Prior.
genocide, prior to 1915, what happened, what I've heard, a lot of soldiers in the Turkish army. In the Turkish army, these soldiers, they're very specialized of fighting. They were Turkish army soldiers before the genocide, before the plan. They had the plan, the Turkish people, to Armenians to massacre. They didn't even know, the soldiers, it's going to happen, this thing. It was a secret. Then what happened? They said 3 years prior of the genocide, they said to the Armenian soldiers, we're going to gather somewhere to train new techniques or new training. And they took some mountain and they
Dog. Porous.
dug
A hole.
the hole with their hands, Armenian hands. That's what they said, their captain, the Turkish,
Yes.
And when they did that, and they killed them on the spot, and they buried them over there. This I've never heard. Have you ever heard this thing?
I have not, but I've heard another story for my grandmother's side. She had 2 children, daughters, right?
Yes.
That she had to leave them behind when the genocide was happening, and took one of her older child with her to the other side, and she wanted to come back to get the other children, and then she saw the same thing, that they dug a hole and they
Yes.
they killed them.
Put the
They
kids, baby.
Yes.
buried them there.
Let's not continue this kind of talk. But only thing I wanted to add to this is like, this is who we're dealing with. This is what the kind of the history is. What every Armenian kind of know our ancestors, what they went through. So this is what we're facing.
And history is repeating itself. That's what is happening
what's
right now.
my point of saying this?
Yes.
My point is, when I've heard this, now 100 years later, 105 or 108 years later, what I explained about that digging and burying, now it's changed everything in Armenians' mind. What I'm saying, we are more than ever, like in past 100 years, looks and the proofs past 12 days of the war, we are not the same people. We are not the same. We're not same people. It's everything changed. Now we are more. I don't want to say ready. We are more aware. We know what's going on. We're dealing, comparing those days.
Okay, so I want to give a little bit of the history about Armenia before I get into who's doing what. Basically, what's going on here in Armenia is this last 10 years or so we've been hearing. I've never been there, but because I'm Armenian, I'm interested, and I've been hearing that the Silicon Valley, the number 2 Silicon Valley in the world, is in Yerevan, in Armenia. And whether US or China or whatever country gonna hire computer engineers or software developers, they're either hiring companies from Silicon Valley or from Armenia. So this is what has been happening in Armenia, and this is what the economy is going better and thriving, and they're becoming known into this realm and becoming very important. Right now, this war is not going to help that agenda. It's gonna kind of like take it back. And what is happening right now is, in my estimation, looking who's got who's got benefits from all this is obviously Armenia has a lot to lose from this, and other parties has a lot to gain from this if they diminish the Armenian how do you say the Armenia's advancement in technology. So that's why, as of right now, 12 days later, as of now, Russia, Armenia, or Turkey, these guys, they can stop this war right now, and they're not interfering into this. They're not stopping the war. They're not actually.
And USA as well.
That's what I'm saying. U.S., Russia, and Turkey. 3 of them, any of them, they can stop this war. So my estimation is, I think they're okay with what's going on. I mean, they want to see Armenia losing the strategic win on technology. So I don't know. What do you guys think? This is what I'm saying.
Your opinion.
That's my opinion.
Talking of Silicon Valley, I've heard from the good sources, from the Armenian government sources, it was on news openly, I've heard $50 billion with B, like a boy, B, $50 billion the Chinese government investing
In Armenia.
Totally. Have you heard about that?
Yes. Yes, I did.
And they're gonna make one small city for invention of this technology. To continuously, they're gonna continue in Armenia. The technology, it's gonna be like a second Silicon Valley. It looks
It
like.
is second.
It is already.
Right
yeah.
now, it is
Yeah.
totally. I mean, you talk to, if you look and read about who's hiring where from, a lot of the companies hiring from Armenia.
Yes.
So that's kind of that's my guesstimation and what's going on after watching and reading about this. What is happening? I mean, what is happening is atrocious. Really. We didn't expect this, but there's a full-blown war happening. Both sides are losing a lot. As far as we understand, Azerbaijani side is losing much more tremendously, because Armenians they have the upper hand. They're on hillsides, and those guys are coming from down below. And you guys know how that goes. Like if you have the upper hand, the strategic position, you're gonna be hitting a lot stronger.
At the same time, we don't want to see anyone, any lives that every single life is important on this planet. We don't want to see
For
this.
sure.
You mean the both part?
Yeah,
Both-
both parties. We had no reason to start. Armenians had no reason to start a war, because we already have our land, the ancestral land. We got it back. We don't need to start any war. Besides, Armenians in Azerbaijan, in Karabakh, it's only less than 150,000 people, and they're fighting against 10 million Azeris, plus Turkey that is sending ISIS fighters from Syria, which is proven right now, from the president of Syria, Assad, a French president, Macron, and Russian President Putin. They all said they have proofs that at least 4,000 ISIS fighters came to fight against Armenians.
For sure. So
what
next
happened.
thing is I want to add to that is like, okay, so right now Armenia is fighting against Azerbaijan. Turkey promised Azerbaijan that they're going to help Azerbaijan. Turkey is the biggest military in Middle East. Right now, Armenian army is not a big army. They're very, very trained. They're very powerful army, but they're very small next to Turkey. So obviously, if this goes forever, Armenia has to figure out how they're going to continue fighting against the biggest army in Middle East.
There is no way Armenians can stop this because they are fighting for their existence.
Yeah.
They are not fighting against anybody.
For sure.
They're fighting for against. They have to exist. We have to exist. That's all is going on, And I think non-Armenian people should realize maybe they can be helpful for this thing of thinking, talking, or supporting this thing about this. You decide how you're going to support, and of course, if it's a support there, it's going to be everybody's benefit because this war is going to spread to everybody if we don't stop it.
The whole region, and it will affect
That's
the whole world.
exactly what's going to happen. This is what exactly World War One when it started. It started from people were saying like, we don't care. It's not happening to us. What do we care for? But at that time it started from Hungary, Australia, Serbia, all these countries. Conflicts started. Austria, right?
Austria.
Okay, so all this conflict started. Everyone was like, whatever, like what's, and then it was a full-blown war, and then people had to deal with World War One, and like this could have big ramification. It could be really not. No one want to see what could come up from this place because there's a lot of things in play. There is oil in play in Azerbaijan. In like early 1900s, late 1800s, early 1900s, they were the biggest oil producers. There's that much oil there. In Armenia, we have a nuclear station, power station, and that's in play now. And already Armenians start bombing the oil fields and the whatever they clean the oil. I don't know whatever you call that. Refineries.
Yes.
So like this is serious. We want to. That's why we're here. We're talking about this. We want to bring light on this, shade light on this, and we want you guys to go do your own research, learn about this, find out, focus, and this is important. And we think this needs to stop. If it doesn't, then this could turn into something that we're not going to
much greater.
Yeah.
And you can find this information on Wikipedia. They have a lot of information there. And I wanted to share a little of the history of the region, which is from 189 until 387. Nagorno-Karabakh was the province, the 10th province of Armenia, and before that there was a lot of other conflicts. It was ours. It was not. It was taken. Even the Romans have come to that area, and then Persian Empire came to that area and then left. So we've been conflict with all sides. We were the only Christian nation right in between all this conflict with Muslim nation, and we can't wait the day that comes that these conflicts end all over the world. No more. We don't need any more boundaries. No more killings. That day will come, and I hope that is soon. People raise their vibration to a higher level, and from the mind come to down to the heart, and that's what we need.
Let me ask
The
this
whole
to both of you guys, and
world.
I'll add to this. Does Armenians gonna back down from this war?
No,
Are they going?
right away. No, never.
Yeah, that's
I have a reason. I can
Yeah.
say the reason. Because once somebody trying to vanish you, like take out of this world,
yeah.
you have
Ethnic
to
cleansing.
resist with all your power. That's what's happening in Armenia.
For sure.
That's why I can
Yes.
guarantee it's not gonna happen. That's I'm optimistic.
Yeah, but I'm gonna remind you. You've been reminding me after you went out of your depression, all that we have to think positive. I want to remind you that let's take out from our mind that there is gonna be an ethnic cleansing and all that. So thinking positive, and there is always other ways to resolve this. I want you to talk about that part, the positive part.
Yes, I have a answer for this. If you thinking positive, just like you calling someone without calling. If you're thinking positive, it's gonna go to the other's mind automatically. We can talk about that next time.
Yeah.
That's what I believe in. But I have one point here. The world. I have a message to all the world. This is. It's not. It's world matter. This. Everybody's matter. Everybody's problem. This. If somewhere starts the fight, if we don't involve everybody, if we don't take this matter to calmer, better place, it's gonna spread. It's gonna be chaos, much more chaos,
Yes.
if we don't stop it.
Okay. Let me ask you guys this question, because I think you guys covered that pretty well. What is going on with U.S. not interfering with stopping Turkey, and what are their gains are? What are their losses going to be if they do? And what's going on here? Why U.S. is not stepping in?
Well, I'm gonna say both U.S. and Russia has ties with both Azerbaijan, Turkey, and Armenia. So they're just trying their best to calm things down and stop it, but they're not interfering 100% because both sides said that they're gonna go to the end. That's what I'm
sure.
seeing, and Israel would like to see to play both sides as well, not only one side, and sending all these drones and other equipments to Azerbaijan.
And yeah. So one other thing is U.S. so far not able to say anything. The reason is when you start doing some research, you're going to find out that U.S. has 3 bases, big bases in Turkey. And that's the biggest reason that Trump and U.S. is not able to say anything about this conflict, because they don't want to upset Turkey into escalating further this war in a different manner, I think. And also, today Turkey is trying, if you guys follow the last 5 years of the wars happening, if you guys pay attention, you're going to see that Turkey is trying to build new Ottoman Empire type of thing. They captured a bunch of land from Kurdistan, bunch of land from Iraq, Syria.
They're in Libya.
Now they're trying to get this land back. It's not even theirs.
And more. Get the bottom part of Armenia.
Yes.
To build the Ottoman Empire, make it
Pipe. Gas
bigger.
pipe situation.
That's their dream.
Going on there.
And then afterwards, obviously, they want to go towards Europe, get into Europe. That's why there is some conflict between Turkey and Greece at this moment. And thank you for all the Greek people that are supporting us, and they've been attacking a lot of the government websites. They're hacking actually their websites to stop this war. however they can.
Okay, so about let's tell our viewers about where they need to help. Hopefully, send money and like how they can help. And please, you guys.
Hypnos
Yeah, there is a.
has, yeah.
Where was it?
And there is a little situation here. You
Yeah.
guys need to pay attention. What is
This is
happening.
very important situation. Please carefully. You can
Yes.
listen carefully this part.
Yes, we would while he's speaking, we would like to.
So
Little-
Armenia Fund dot ejoinme .org. So there is another one which is without the dot. That the Azerbaijanis, they opened up that page. It's Armenia Fund eJoinMe without the dot between the E and the J. Please don't go there. So the real and this Saturday there will be a telethon on TV. Which station
All stations
All
from
stations.
10 to 10. 10 in the morning, 10 in the evening. All Armenian stations. You tune in. Facebook.
What is the date?
the
Saturday.
Saturday, the
Today is the
Let's-
8th, so the 10th.
the 10th, the 10th, 10th October 10th, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Okay, so
It's gonna be telethon everywhere.
yeah, please, you guys, if you want to help the Armenian cause, we are raising a lot of money. So far, we raised about 80, 90,
80 over 80 million. Yes.
over 80 million. So we would like to raise a lot more because this war is costing a lot of money to Armenia, and Armenian economy is not a huge economy, so it's costing them a whole lot of money, and we'd like to help them out as much as we all can. So we're gonna be posting this video obviously tomorrow, and that's gonna be on the 9th. So next day will be the telethon. So when
Yes.
you guys see this, most likely next day is happening.
And also,
We will be putting a link down below. Actually,
yes,
yes, we'll be putting link down below for you guys.
I'm gonna ask for my Armenian speaking people and non-Armenian English speaking people, which they are my friends, whoever listening. We need your help to donate as much as you can. Please, if you can help, I appreciate you so much and thank you in advance.
All right. So next thing, what is important? There is this Sunday, which is going to be on the 11th.
Yes,
There's
11.
going to be a big protest in front of the embassy.
Turkish embassy
Turkish
in,
embassy in
West Hollywood.
West Hollywood.
Okay,
Westwood.
okay,
West-
Wilshire and Gardner.
Yeah.
They're gonna
That's where it
gather
start.
Wilshire and Gardner.
Yes.
They're gonna walk like a little bit. I don't know how many feet, how many, half a mile or quarter mile. I don't. We're gonna walk. We're gonna be there. I believe
Yes.
we're gonna be there, and we're gonna be walking and protesting about this.
The war.
And a lot of people will be there. In my understanding, I'm just
Yes.
they were talking today, and we need to invite you to be there. Anybody can be there.
Yes, and also Saturday. Hi.
Saturday in Old Town Pasadena, we're gonna be on Colorado, and there's Mipiachi,
famous restaurant.
famous restaurant.
Colorado and Fair Oaks, somewhere
Fair
there.
Oaks, yes.
Fair Oaks,
So
Colorado.
it's only 3 blocks. And,
Yes.
And when you see
We-
the flags, Armenian flags, it's we're there.
By law, we can be on the sidewalk and protesting, and by law, we can be in our cars driving around
Yes.
and have flag showing flag.
We're not
and
closing the streets or anything. So,
We're going to be showing solidarity
yeah.
together towards the Armenians and resolution of this war. So this is what it's all about, and I think pretty much we covered what we wanted to cover.
Yes.
If you guys want to add something else, go ahead and.
Yeah, I'd like to I'd like you to add the history there.
Oh.
How big Armenia was and when during
Well,
the.
I'm gonna try to say it as much
What do
as
you
I remember it. I was very fond of Armenian when I was going back in day school. I was very fond of Armenian history, and that was some subject that I really liked. The way it goes is Armenians, they had a lot of kings, but we also had a empire, and the empire, our king, his name was Dikran Takavor, which is the king, and he had fought against all the soldier militaries, and he won a lot of the wars. This is no one knows about this, but if you do go on Google, you can type in Dikran.
He conquered all Middle East, Lebanon, Syria.
Yes,
all
you guys gonna learn about
conquered,
this.
yeah.
So Armenia was not small land, not long ago, and it was a very big land, and we had three sides ocean. It was that big, and when all these Mongols and all these Turks, all these other
came from the
east, this whole thing started, and the last one is the genocide, and that's where everything kind of like lost. And right after that, Russia was conquering all that region. We've lost our country, our rights, everything. By the time we got our rights back, this history is just right now. I'm combining it together, getting to Karabakh, Artsakh, because this is where most of the people that they're living in that region left. The rest of us, like us, we live in Los Angeles in America, and our ancestors, they had to escape the genocide, that region, and they end up going in Beirut, Lebanon, and then we left Beirut, Lebanon, came to U.S., and this is kind of the history. But we've had at least 800 years of decline from where we were, and let's talk. Let's say a few minutes about Armenians are the first nation that
Christian nation.
They became Christian. Our Dertat Takav.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
not
it was
sure about
Dertat king had at that time lost his mind, and this is the history. And obviously he went into depression.
Yeah,
and one
Krikor
person,
Lusavoric.
Krikor Lusavoric, was living under the basement, this pole, and 12 years, and he came out and saved him from his depression. And then that's when our king decided to become a Christian, and he turned the whole nation into Christian nation, and that was the first nation.
Yeah, at the time we were pagan. I mean,
established.
Armenians were pagan.
Before that, we were pagans.
Yeah.
We used to believe in fire, so that was them. That's what people
Yeah.
did, and pretty much in a sense, you guys need to do some research, because this is Armenians are very long. We come all the way from Babylon. What was it? Pel and Haik,
Haik
right?
and Pel.
Separated,
Haik.
and and
Haik
this is
is-
6,000-year-old story. And Haik was the Armenian side, and the Pel was,
our grandfather he's the started,
Yes. He started,
everything.
yeah.
He started.
Yeah.
And the name of the
Haik
country
Mahabet,
came from his name, Haik Hayastan, Armenia.
Armenia. We call it Hayastan. Yes, and you guys need to do some research. This is very deep. I'm trying to remember all bits and pieces how this thing came about and where we are today and what is really going on, what kind of war is happening and why the war is happening. This is what's going on. We wanted to talk about this and kind of like bring shed light on this. And We will be talking about this again. Maybe we should take the camera with us to the protest and
Yeah,
kind of
and,
like
and I'd like
do
to.
Why not?
one of those.
I'd like to share one thing. I want the whole world to watch how Armenians are united at this point, and I'd like Americans to watch from U.S. Instead of being separated for the two parties with different mindset, and everyone is seeing the different side of everyone. Everyone is seeing the chosen one side, seeing only the good side of that side, but not the bad. The same thing with the other side. So we get to it is U.S. is at a point of conflict as well, a civil war. We don't want to see that. America has been through it, and we should be aware of that. And just please look at the Armenians, how they came together, all together. Even the Turks and Azerbaijan, they're together.
They came together.
Let's. I'd love to see the whole world, the people wake up and come all together and end these wars once and for all on this planet, so we can live peacefully together and share the land together and everything. It's
about
abundance. We have abundance of everything in this world.
It's all about nationalism. Protect your nationalism. Protect your borders, and other nations will respect you for it. Definitely. What was I gonna say? Yeah. Before we finish, don't forget to help. Don't forget to pray for Armenians. Don't forget to send money. Don't forget to write about Armenia in your Facebooks, in your social media, in your Instagram, everywhere, whatever you are. And we really, really appreciate that. And with that,
Coco, what else
I
do you have in your mind?
I have nothing else to say
All right.
except I'm gonna say thank you for your watching, and
yes.
till next time.
Yes.
And I say good night.
What else do you have?
Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Please, like we said, do your best. Play your part, however you can. Find out about our history. It's all over the internet. Wikipedia has some, and ask the question: the history of Armenia, Azerbaijan, and Turkey. What is happening in that region, and why is it important that how it can affect us all the way to the other side of the world. Thank you.
Yes, we appreciate you guys watching. Please don't forget to do likes and write your comments, your opinions. We'd love to hear your ideas. What do you guys want to hear about? We are new podcast. This is number 9 podcast we're doing.
The first one in English together.
The first one in English for you guys.
The rest was
in
Armenian. Yeah.
And this is new Armenian mindset. We are the new Armenian mindset. We are the people, and we are here to sit and talk about a bunch of other stuff. And this is right now what's important. This is what we're talking about.
I'm gonna remind the people this was recorded in downtown Los Angeles.
Yes.
Just I'm gonna let you know to know where we are.
Yes. Thank you. We appreciate you guys. Don't forget to do the likes, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye bye.